Somewhere along the way, we confused growth with presentation. We started thinking transformation had to be witnessed in order for it to be real. So we performed healing, we performed confidence, we performed peace. We post the highlights of evolution like proof of life. But there's a difference between becoming and performing. And that difference determines whether we are free or we are still acting for approval. Performance thrives on visibility. It's about being seen, changing. Becoming, on the other hand, happens in silence, which is the actual change. One feeds the ego, the other feeds the essence of the soul. The world rewards appearance more than depth, which is the sad truth. So we learn to polish the mask. We quote books we barely understood. We speak of boundaries we don't yet uphold. We use words like alignment and energy while still negotiating with our fears. It isn't hypocrisy, it's just human insecurity craving validation. We have always been raised to earn worthiness. Even from childhood, praise came when we pleased. So even as adults, we subconsciously built a stage instead of a life. The applause becomes our oxygen, but performance without becoming is just a costume change. It looks like growth, but it feels like exhaustion. But when you perform healing instead of living it, you stay split inside. You were half performer, half a prisoner. You start fearing stillness because stillness threatens exposure. Authentic growth, on the other hand, can look messy and quiet, but sometimes you are healing but still reactive, learning but still inconsistent. You are wise but still human. Real transformation isn't aesthetic. It is actually uncomfortable honesty. The danger of performance is that it tricks even you. You start curating yourself until you forget your raw texture. You speak what sounds like an evolved reality that you are living while silencing what's real. It's possible to preach authenticity whilst hiding your pain behind beautiful words. The soul doesn't need to be marketable. It needs to be honest. Becoming requires privacy. The soil doesn't broadcast the seed's process. Growth happens underground first. Let your transformation ferment away from eyes that demand updates. Some seasons are meant to be invincible. You owe no one proof of progress. Silence is sacred gestation. When you finally emerge, it won't be performance. It will be presence. You won't need applause because peace is its own validation and people will notice without you trying. They will sense the difference between polish and power. So start measuring growth by peace, not praise. Ask yourself, am I living deeper or am I living just louder? Am I expressing truth or am I just rehearsing it? Becoming demands humility. It asks you to admit that you are still learning. Performance, on the other hand, demands perfection because it will ask you to pretend that you already know. Every time you choose honesty over image, you reclaim energy from illusion. Every time you pause instead of posting, anytime you breathe instead of branding, you return to yourself. Let others keep the spotlight. Let them keep it. Keep your soul. Becoming doesn't need to trend. Okay? Becoming doesn't trend, it transforms. It does not need witnesses to be valid. It just needs consistency, truth, and time. At the end of all the performing, the mask grows heavy. You will take it off one day and realize that the applause never filled the silence inside. That's when becoming begins. For real. It starts where pretending ends. Real growth begins when pretending ends.